As he's grabbing the bag, shots are fired.
Who shoots the shots that are fired?
Michael Boatwright.
And who does he shoot?
XXX.
Where does he shoot him from? What side of the car?
Driver.
So if XXX is in the driver's seat and Michael Boatwright is in the driver's side, the shots are coming onto XXX's left side or right side? Which side?
Yes.
On June 18, 2018, XXXTentacion was gruesomely killed while attempting to buy a motorcycle at a Riva dealership in Florida. The sudden and senseless death of X adds to the list of young black artists losing their life to gun violence. The four accused suspects in this trial, who were indicted on first-degree murder and armed robbery charges, were Robert Allen, Michael Boatwright, Dedrick Williams, and Trayvon Newsome. Now, Robert Allen, the most overweight suspect, had joined the truth-telling team and has agreed to take a plea deal which helped him avoid a life sentence. According to Robert Allen, the three other individuals and him made the decision to rob X based on opportunity and not being paid by Drake to kill him, which was a narrative pushed by the defense. Allen reportedly had the least involvement in this crime and actually only got $5K from the $50,000 sold from X. There was even video footage of Robert Allen and Dedrick Williams walking into the dealership, scoped the area out before they barricaded X in the parking lot and took his life. The $50,000 was divided unequally, giving everyone $15K each and leaving Robert $5K. In response to this unfair financial compensation, Robert Allen gave them a 40-minute plus confession saying everything. Explaining how Dedrick Williams got his close friend Tony Robinson to rent a Black Dog Journey for the day so he could commit robberies, and how Michael Boatwright and Trayvon Newsome were the gunmen and Michael Boatwright was the person who shot and killed X fatally. For backstory, on the day of June 18, 2018, X went to the Bank of America in Parkland, Florida, as he initially intended to withdraw $250,000 to purchase a motorcycle. However, the bank only had $50K. When it comes to this murder case, there were a few rappers who some ended up involved in this case from past beefs with X. Rappers such as Drake, The Migos, and 6ix9ine were all named as potential witnesses, with Drake actually being summoned to court with the deposition, which simply means out-of-court testimony. The deposition comes from Drake subliminally mentioning X in his song I'm Upset, saying, SMS XXX, that's the only time I ever shoot below the neck. Why you keep on shooting if you know that nigga dead? That's the only kind of shit that gets you some respect. Now, Drake's lawyers made the trip and got the deposition removed, as one of the state's key witnesses, Robert Allen, who snitched, admitted him and the other two suspects never had contact with Drake or carried out a hit for anyone. Now, X did have many beefs in the music industry, one of the biggest being with the Migos, specifically Offset, after Offset defended Drake when X accused Drake for trying to kill him after he exposed Drake for copying his style, and viciously came at Drake in a series of tweets. Drake's career is almost over. He better start investing money into real estate. Once it's all over, he's gonna see the fake love. Now the scary nigga trying to play it safe and play innocent. It's cool, cause we all know Hotline Bling was a bite on Cha-Cha. I'm not the first nigga he bit, nor will I be the last. Drake is scary nigga, money don't buy you respect. Shortly after this online exchange, the Migos ran into X in Los Angeles and they beat the brakes off of him.
Before you hear from anybody else, nigga, I got jumped in LA by some pussy ass niggas and they jumped me, nigga. Nobody gave me the faith of a one-on-one, nigga. Nobody gave me the respect of a one-on-one, and I painted that nigga when he was on the ground. Just to let y'all know why they jumped me. Pussy ass niggas. I'm just letting y'all know from now though, I'm a man before anything, nigga. And I'm gonna take my fucking ass beating like a man, and I'm gonna carry myself like a man, and this shit don't affect me. Y'all niggas gonna lose money fucking with me. Oh, and the niggas up fire on me, my girl, and my nigga. Point blank, period. So if you see anything, nigga, just know they had fire and they pulled a gun on me, my nigga.
When it comes to a criminal case, once someone in your camp is going to testify against you, it's in your best interest to plead guilty. The prosecution found pictures of Michael Boatwright flexing $100 bills, and the photo was taken after the ex-robbery, where Robert Allen claimed Boatwright lived with him and was dirt poor and had no money before the incident. There was a high chance that 3 suspects left to get life in prison, potentially death considering this is Florida. What we have to consider is, not only do we have a key witness who's at the scene, we also have a key witness who was a part of the crime, telling the feds step by step everything that happened. The multiple defense attorneys in this trial were trying their best to prove reasonable doubt, such as mentioning how the Migos group and X didn't get along, and also Drake and how he threw a subliminal shot at X in his song.
Before X died, he said, if anybody kills me, it's Drake. And do you think that for one moment, here today, days after the event, he's killed by 2 masked men, right? He came out on social media and said, guys, before he dies, if anybody kills me, it's Drake. Do you think in that time span that they went and they addressed him, they talked to him? No. Do you think sitting here today, years later, any detective has ever asked, Drake or anybody like that? No, they never did that. So you ask yourself, how could that be? If any of us is involved in, God forbid, in a murder, and you say, hey, it's so-and-so, you better believe so-and-so is going to get investigated. But in this case, they didn't do it.
The step uncle of X was a key witness in this trial, as he was the passenger in the car the day they got ambushed as he fled the car to save his own life. The uncle explained how this incident happened so fast, and that none of these rappers, quote unquote, had beef with X, had anything to do with his murder. When you analyze the incident of these 4 young guys riding around Broward County, Florida, looking to the lake, you have to ask the question, was it all worth it? They killed one of the biggest rappers at the time out of Florida for $50,000 and self-snitched by posting himself on social media with the money. They're making the situation too easy for the prosecution. Too easy. And the suspect went as far as to taunt the great you, Robert Allen, for truth-telling the court, as if he'd intentionally give him $5K to destroy it on the stick. I guarantee you everyone who commits a crime never thinks they're gonna get caught. These guys pursued and followed X into the store, like we're not in 2023 with CCTV cameras everywhere, and tried to rob him at the same spot. The death of X didn't just destroy his career, but the careers of those around him and his rap group members only. This group gained popularity in the SoundCloud era in 2017 due to their leader X. This group was everything but normal, with members like Ski Master Slump God, DJ Scheme, and Kid Trunk. Members of this group has pulled some of the wildest stunts and attempts to revitalize his dead rap career. Kid Trunk's the clout demon was ready to risk it all online to the internet, posting videos saying that he was shot in the airport, when in reality, he tripped and fell and bruised his face really bad. As if this wasn't outrageous enough, he then faked having cancer to gain sympathy in the public and attempts to gain traction in music. The only artist to see real success out of that group was Ski Master Slump God, and the rest sort of just faded away. When it comes to committing a crime, if you must do it by yourself. Nobody likes doing anything by themselves, and a lot of times that becomes the downfall of them, because they pick people who want to do the crime, but not the time. The trial is getting national attention due to it being the death of a major rapper, which really makes you think, is being a rapper the most dangerous career? X was only 20 years old when he died. He was very young, and at the age you still view yourself as a regular person because you live in the same environment. X had a seemingly promising career, getting booked at major events such as Rolling Loud, and was really getting a cult audience. On Monday, March 20, 2023, the 3 men involved in this murder, Michael Boatwright, Trayvon Newsome, and Dedrick Williams, were found guilty of first-degree murder and armed robbery of XXXTentacion, the young Florida rapper. After a month of trial, 8 days of jury deliberation, and a key testimony from the 4 suspects returned to cooperate for the state, Trayvon Newsome, Dedrick Williams, and Michael Boatwright were found guilty of all charges. The prosecution had airtight evidence against these suspects. The evidence in this trial was simply too conclusive, with video surveillance footage of them following X into the store, bank tellers confirmed X was taking out $250,000 that day, and also them getting a woman to turn the car in her name and committing a robbery in a black Dodge Journey. There are so many factors on committing a crime that people don't consider, such as long-term consequences, the impact they leave on the potential witnesses, leaving evidence, and the most crucial, the effectiveness of the disguise, which they had none of. In this situation, Dedrick Williams, Michael Boatwright, and Trayvon Newsome didn't consider long-term consequences as they were blinded by the short-term reward, money. They could have one of the most famous and conscious rappers of that time, not thinking that the police would turn Florida upside down looking for them. When X was robbed and killed at gunpoint, he was in the car with his step-uncle who fled for his life. So not only were they not thinking about the consequences of their actions, but they didn't take into account that they had reliable witnesses who were key witnesses testifying against them. Ultimately, the greed of this individual was their downfall. As convicted felons of murder and armed robbery, these young men were looking at charges of life in prison without the possibility of parole. I'm sure they thought they were just going to rob and go home. However, it wasn't that simple. In this robbery, 4 people were present and 3 people were involved, and only one of them shot the fatal bullet that killed X, Michael Boatwright. However, Trayvon Newsome, the second gunman, and Dedrick Williams, the driver, who didn't leave the car, were both charged and convicted of first-degree murder and armed robbery. This is the definition of guilty by association. Although they may not personally inflicted pain on X, they're involved in actions that did. Throughout the last 3 years, hip-hop has lost so many young artists from gun violence, with Pop Smoke and PNB Rock, were both coincidentally killed in LA for robbery gone wrong, as well as other loved rappers Nipsey Hussle, Takeoff, and Young Dolph. One thing common about all these situations is these artists were all young moving without security. I truly believe that since they're also young and known in the public eye, they truly didn't know the value of their safety. If you enjoyed this video, I recommend you watch my last video, The Dark Side of the Music Industry, Exposing Everything. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gone.